Nothing worse than thinking you found the right guy. Then he defends Andrew Tate. The media is misrepresenting him. He cleared himself up in the BBC interview. The interviewer was awful to him. Like what the actual fuck? He is a misogynist that defends violence against women and you're defending him. Really? This hurts me so bad because I was a victim of domestic violence, and seeing a man that I thought was golden and shared my story with defend someone like Tate is so hurtful. Like, how could you possibly say you like women and then defend things and people that hurt us? There is no way you see clips of him and not know that he's not a misogynistic bully. Someone was trying to convince me Tate actually respected women and started linking me videos of the guy. I'd never watched any of his content before. But it wasn't 5 minutes before Tate was spouting that most women were, in fact, barely sentient. It's incomprehensible how fucking small these people have to be. And how wide the blinders they have to slap on to buy into his crap. I watched that interview. Tate absolutely did not clear himself up. Nor did the media misrepresent him. He was a narcissistic jerk who came across like a complete smug asshole. All he did was deny and lie. He claimed that direct verbatim quotes from his website weren't his words at all. Not his website, etc. Anybody who thinks that is convincing or settles it is, frankly, a fucking moron and probably a very awful person, and you should run away. As everyone else has said. I've come to think that the best thing for women is to have the Tate conversation with potential partners. If they support him, take it for what it is and run. When people show you who they are, believe them. A while back I watched a video titled something like Andrew Tate Destroys Woke Interviewer. Because I figured I'd hear him out in a video that clearly wanted to portray him in a positive light. Pretty early on, Tate stated that the role of men was to protect and provide for women. Since it is the role of me to protect and provide for my brain, I immediately closed that trash video. I'd seen enough. The other day someone posted that Andrew Tate interview to convince me that he's an alright guy, and I was honestly a bit confused. The long version starts with some weird dramatic music, must be a leftover from with MMA days. And he came across as the dumbest, most textbook sociopathic little prick I've ever seen. Like, that video doesn't redeem him at all. But paired with the framing etc., it just makes him look even more ridiculous, and it seriously makes me question the reality and media savvy of the people who share it. What the heck is rotting these men's brains so much? There is absolutely something worse. You could have had no idea he felt this way. Now you know. Andrew Tate is a huge blessing in disguise. Before his rise to grossness, many people would get married before their spouse revealed their true colors. Andrew Tate being as popular as he is makes men think those thoughts are okay and that women will just fall to their knees in praise of their men. Now you can see this red flag long before it is too late to run. To be fair, the media is misrepresenting him. They're only presenting the substantiated crimes, and very little of the decades of behavior that motivated the crimes. He's so much worse than the media lets on. The only good thing about these misogynistic men being platformed and normalized is when the fucking loser incel shitheads are upfront about their opinions on women. Thanks for saving me that time, man. It's like when someone wears a Confederate flag or swastika so you don't even have to waste the energy being nice to them. The dude straight up said men should rape women. And if they say no, it's just proof that women need to help them, paraphrased. Like, how can you even for a moment excuse someone for that? Tate is a child sex trafficker. You don't want someone who supports that in your life. Girl, look at it as a blessing. Yeah. Nope, right out of that. This guy sounds like the definition of loser. Sorry. But anyone who lives in conspiracy misogyny is probably a psychopath loser. I assume he wears his self-confidence on his sleeve. Handsome. Good-looking guy. Maybe. But probably a gym rat. My advice would be to pose the Tate question right away. If they pause before showing disdain for Tate or even dodge the question, they are of the camp that would rather you be their slave than a partner and friend. Tate bros are complete tools. All that schmuck was doing was grifting and conning. Claimed he was a billionaire, but turns out after police seized his assets it's less than 10 million. Supposed to be the ultimate alpha male. Whatever the heck that is supposed to be. But doxed himself in a live stream with a pizza box leading to his arrest. I simply love that. Romania has decided to make an example of him to show the world they are rid of corruption. Just be thankful you've found out he's a POS now and not after you were pregnant or married. Now you get to run. Run. My 11-year-old son even knows he's a POS. If he knows, then there's no excuse for adult men to defend him. Sounds like projection to me. These men are afraid of self-examining their own misogyny. Indicted rapist and human trafficker, Andrew Tate. Seems like a nice guy. Heavy S. On Fox. Apparently they ran a segment about how liberal single women are having trouble dating. Because all the men are conservative. Or something, when really it's the conservative men being avoided like the plague. Conservative men have no trouble dating liberal women because they're not beholden to purity. Expectations. I'm sorry you ended up with this disappointment of a guy. I can't stand that there are no laws to hold back these misogynists and their hateful nonsense. Thinking Tate is even okay should be a deal-breaker in society, like finding out someone thinks Nazis have good ideas. People shouldn't just be casually saying they like him in polite society and getting away with it. He's too toxic for that. He cleared himself up. Like, did we watch the same interview? LMAO. All he did was sit there and say no. No. You're a liar. NAHNAHNAHNAHNAH, whilst constantly getting more and more frustrated that he wasn't able to intimidate this woman. It sounds like it was pretty early on that he revealed this to you. So maybe he was pretending to be a good guy. Ugh, I'm so sorry you're having to deal with this. Several years ago I found out my long-term boyfriend was listening to Rush Limbaugh at work, and the other jerks he worked with were trying to convince him to join some men's rights groups. I didn't break up with him right away, but I lost so much respect for him and dumped him a few months later. Both Tate and his legion of fans sicken me. Complete wastes of space and air. Be thankful you can weed men like this out by a single defining factor doesn't lose you weeks of dating to find out he is an asshole. Andrew Tate literally recorded himself telling a woman that he raped, how much she must have enjoyed being raped by him. Decent men don't defend him. It's worse to be with someone you don't know hates women. It sucks RN. But this way is better. I send you love heart. FFS. If Romania, not exactly a bastion of wokeness, is throwing the book at this guy, then maybe, just maybe, the media is not at fault here.